Hey guys, we just got done with church today, and it's day 6 of Christmas family devotions. Last night, the Christmas party was an awesome time, and had over 100 people doing a family devotion together with a bunch of little kids and older kids. It was a blast. Today we're in Isaiah chapter 53, verses 1 through 6, and it starts off, "Who has believed what he has heard from us? And to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed?" Remember, we talked about the arm of the Lord yesterday, referring to his strength. And so his arm's about to be revealed in the context of the birth of Christ. It says, "For he grew up before him like a young plant, like a root out of dry ground." And there again is the root of Jesse, Christ coming out of the stump. But also here it's pictured as a root coming out of dry ground, out of a desolate place spiritually, and a tough time for the nation of Israel politically, being conquered by Rome, losing their sovereignty, and yet their king arrives. And it goes on, "He had no form or majesty that we should look at him, and no beauty that we should desire him." Now, some people believe that this refers to the point at which he was beaten and led to the cross. Yet others look at it in the context of his birth as a root coming out of dry ground, and that it refers to his physical being when he was born. And that's kind of the way I lean personally. If Christ chose to be born of a poor family and not of a rich family, if he was chosen to be born in a manger instead of a palace, it makes sense too that he would choose a body that would not be what the world considers majestic or beautiful. But the fact that God came in human form, it also points to that fact that you wouldn't necessarily recognize that this is God in human flesh. If you saw Jesus, he might look like any normal person, but when you get to know him, the glory of his character is what you deem as beautiful and amazing. And that's what people are attracted to, his authority, his teaching, his word, his nature. And so there was beauty within, even if he did not have it on the surface. He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And it goes on. "And as one from whom men hide their faces, he was despised, and we esteemed him not." The great things of God's kingdom are despised in this world, and it was no different with the Son of God. In verse 4, "Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed him stricken and smitten by God and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities. Upon him was the chastisement that brought us peace, and with his wounds we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all." And so Christ came to this earth humbly. He came as a child, a helpless baby. He was raised in a poor family. He lived on this earth glorifying the Father, and then he took upon himself, sinless Son of God, took upon himself our sin and paid the price on the cross. And so, though we all like sheep have gone astray, our shepherd came looking for us. He leaves the 99 to find the one because he loves his sheep. And that's a great picture of who Jesus is. All right, so as we look at the Christmas devotion, don't forget, maybe sing some songs together as a family, maybe listen to some on YouTube or something like that, and then have some candy together or hide a present and find it, have the kids find it. And then the question for the family is, what is your favorite Christmas present ever? So think of those things, even you as parents, the thing that you remember when you were a kid, or maybe it was later in life, something that you really enjoyed. One I can remember from when I was a kid is my little Firefox remote control Jeep And that was, boy, when I was probably 7 years old in California, when I used to live down there. Questions to discuss concerning the passage. Number one, retell the passage in your own words, and encourage your kids to try to reiterate it. And no matter how simple it is, if they can reiterate something from the passage, then that's a success. Then secondly, how did Jesus grow up? I mean, he didn't grow up like the rich, the famous, the beautiful, the powerful. He grew up poor and humble, and he can relate not only with the powerful and rich and beautiful, but with the everyday man, with every person on the face of the earth. How did people treat Jesus? Well, they despised him, they rejected him, and they crucified him. Why would he want to do all this for you? Because it was his choice to come here, and he did this for us because of his great love. And he's the shepherd that would lay down his life for his sheep. And so don't forget, when you pray, thank Jesus for something, especially what he went through for you. And then also pray for that way to meet a need of that person or family that God has led you to.